Thank you. Yes. You forget a jacket. Okay. That's okay. You're wearing my favorite color. All right, thank you. See, yeah. But see, Deputy Laura, you know, when I said that song Ain't No Love in the Heart of City playing in my mind, we're still kind here in the 187.
Why is it stipulated one can try to do these locations? Well, no, you know where he is.
Caroline, do you have access to the printer? Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's every case.
Because I'm going to send you something if you could print it because I'm not hooked up to the printer.
It's just entered.
Yeah, so. We need to get the medical record because apparently this guy was high as a.
All right, I just sent it.
Smack of the bell. Oh, it looks like you went to band. Or chant, whatever you call it now, band season. It's only like 1 page, 2 pages.
Well, you know they're gonna get shit, no?
Well, I know, but I mean, you could do it how it is, you know?
Yeah.
And Chris,
So middle for every now. Yeah.
Thank you.
I guess,
For Ventura, is that the?
yeah, can you all run a copy? We gotta, I'll give this to Jerry to make this on the record.
I don't. I mean, you might be able to, what do you call it, hard drive or something? Or is it-
I can bring a different.
That might be easier, because I mean, then that will be this able to download it. So clearly, and I can get somebody to do that. I will not be able to do it because.
yeah,
If you want to.
yes.
Whatever. I mean, obviously, they want to offer.
Yeah, yeah. No, she don't want.
A derecha, a la derecha.
My other case is family violence.
Correct. Who's family violence? Michael Silver.
Yes, they're the persons who are waiting for family violence. They're running a little bit behind schedule. They were recalled to impact, so they'll be back shortly. We will get your matter handled today.
I have to be in Belton at 1, so Sean told me this was from like 9 to 9:10, but I'll just wait as long as you need me to.
All right, thank
Trying to coordinate. Thank you.
Yes. No, I think they'll be here before then.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, IT, for coming.
Oh, yeah, that's very good. Oh, no, Maybe they thought it was one. Maybe that's.
Now, let me ask you this.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring a thumb drive to him tomorrow and he's gonna make a copy of the medical records for me. I need to look at that, obviously, determine what was in the complainant system at the time of the incident. And then Jason, I guess if we can get 30 days, I can look at that and we'll have a better chance to confer when he's looked over the file.
All right, so State, do you know whether or not they did do a toxicology with the complainant?
I haven't looked at medical records myself, Your Honor, but I just assumed he was injured and that he was shot in the face, so I'm assuming they did something just for medical care. And I have not looked through them, but we do have a disc in the file. And like I said, like Mr. Ruttenauer said, I requested a hard drive so that we can load it down and.
And usually we've had instances where they're password protected. So if everybody can make sure Defense has the password to open it. All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a 30-day reset on Lisa Garza, just a regular reset for discovery. All right, just sign the reset form and then you are excused.
Thank you, Judge. And I'll come back on my other person when Michael's back up.
Oh, sorry. I was making sure.
That's okay. I like that you're making sure the tie is correct. I appreciate that.
I'm looking all messed up there.
All right.
Judge, I think I filed a motion to remove my client's GPS.
Have you conferred with the state on the removal of the GPS?
I'll talk to him about it, Judge.
All right. And when you say she's on GPS, is there a curfew or is she on full GPS? What is she on?
He's on partial for work.
All right, just confer with the state.
Will do. Thank you, Judge.
All right, Gabriel Laura. Vashawn, I think that's you. All right, so let me see. Just give me one moment, Mr. Laura. All right, so, Mr. Laura, I have an issue. Could everyone please whisper? All right, when I set conditions, I set conditions based upon what's been told to me, based upon my conversations with you, based upon police reports. You don't get to move just wherever you want to move. So you're saying that your uncle drinks alcohol, so therefore you're leaving and you're moving with your girlfriend and your newborn and your girlfriend's family. So who gave you permission to go to Medina County? So why are you making your own plan? You don't get to make your own plan in this court. I do. And how long has this been your girlfriend?
1.5 years.
And when you say you live with your girlfriend's family, who all lives in that home?
The mother's husband and the brother and my daughter and my wife.
How many bedrooms are in that home?
There's 3 bedrooms.
So where are you sleeping?
In a bedroom with my girlfriend and the baby,
And where is the her brother sleeping?
and the other bedroom.
And then the other is the mother and her husband?
Correct.
And what are you bringing to the household other than your body?
Well, I go to work and I try to help out with payments or whatever I can. So
And then what is, we have this where you are not submitting to your analysis that you forgot to submit. What is up with that?
what? When was it? I think it was November.
In December, they say you were in the hospital and you tested negative, but you didn't.
December negative. That was, oh yeah, December. I was in the hospital. I had abscesses under my armpit, arm, and I had to go to the hospital to get them extracted and removed because they were really, really, really bad. And I have a chronic condition called HS, and I have to go get go see a dermatologist to go see what's going on with that. So.
All right. And what is your girlfriend's name?
Mercedes Hernandez.
All right. Are there any other issues?
Great. Great, yeah. To the right, to the right.
All right. So he needs to continue in the gang diversion program.
I need to. So the only issue with the field diversion program is that they do the field visit, but the field visit wouldn't apply because it's outside of the county. So I need to know what your role is as far as moving.
I want field visits. And there's no way to have field visits if he's in Medina County.
Yeah, I can check to see if it can be transferred, but since it's a reciprocal county, they don't transfer and we don't do the field visit.
All right, this is what's gonna end up happening. You're gonna be allowed to live in Medina County for 3 months. You better save up your money and then you're coming back to Bear County. Because you're under the gang diversion program and you need to be supervised and there needs to be, well, let me ask you this. Is he still on GPS?
Negative.
Oh, yeah.
I completed it.
All right, so I'm gonna give you a choice then, since you're still on GPS.
No, he's not on.
I know,
Oh,
I'm gonna give him a choice since he was on GPS. My word choice strong. This is your choice. You can move back to Bear County and you'll need to be back in Bear County in 3 months, or either I'm putting you on GPS. And actually, you know what? They have this. Are we able to do this now?
I haven't had an opportunity to check with them.
All right, let's see if we're able to do this. If we're able to do this, we'll put him on the checkups app. But if we're not able to do this, he'll be on GPS. So do you prefer to move back here in 3 months or be on GPS or either this checkups?
I'll try to move back and make it happen.
Somebody doesn't want GPS, which I find very concerning.
Well, I do GPS, it's really up to you now. I have no concerns, I have no problem with it. I'm completing everything, I'm going to my classes, I'm doing my drug testing.
Do you have a phone, a cell phone? All right, so if you can call this checkups say that they can do GPS. It's only $19 a month. Can you afford $19 a month?
Yes.
Well, they say $19.99 like the thing.
So
But
it
it-
run out to like 21,
Maybe $21, $22 a month.
that's better than 280.
All right, so this is what we're gonna do. Contact the checkups people to see if they can put him in their program. And my understanding, they're already doing it with pretrial services. But they say they're able to monitor him wherever he goes, and they will have random check-ins for him with face recognition. So let's see if they can do that. If they can't do that, then you're gonna have to be back in Bear County within 3 months. Is there anything else that needs to be addressed? Right, you do not make any moves unless you get permission from the court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I'm sorry.
All right. And do we have parenting classes for him?
I could double check on her. He currently in the VIP course. He
Mhm.
completed the state ISF as well.
All right, this is what we'll do because he has 200 hours of community service restitution. In lieu of those 200 hours of community service restitution, add parenting classes. Everybody needs that. All right, is there anything else you need from the court? All right, thank you. And Vashon, pretrial services, my understanding, they have been doing that checkups app for a while now.
Yes, Your Honor, I just have to see if it's approved by probation.
Okay,
So I'll give it started.
all right, thank you. You're welcome. Mhm. Yes.
So did they disconnect?
No. Yes, no, this is not anything to do with that. Yes. Yes. So when we were here last time, all of this was on with that. Thank you. All right, is anyone else ready? Oh, and Jason. And if you could make sure that Mr. That the Walls and his client have one as well. Oh, sure. Yeah, thank you. All right, this is out of order. And Jason, this is out of order. I'm gonna have to send it back to the charge writer.
Oh, the charge writer? Okay,
Yes.
Judge. So you want to just sort of ditch those or do you want me to?
Yeah, you can reach those.
This is just the one I talked to you about, Daryl Harris,
Okay,
and
thank
he's
you.
in charge of that one. That's just a copy, so you can throw it away or whatever you'd like to do with it.
All right, thank you.
Yes.
The only thing, it was a bad parking.
Okay.
So you can pass your portion now, but this cable just literally,
Mhm.
I don't know if I can reach it.
Okay, thank you. Can we extend the cord? I have this. Can somebody- Okay.
Send that back to them. How do you do with the face of police? You did? I think I Yes. At one point, I didn't even notify the one that you- that's all I was gonna do. You put the three, yeah, I mean, if you win stuff, it's even better. The first three, that's not bad. I'm trying to-
Yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you. All right.
Anything more than that? Especially for the show, it will put stress on the cable and I will find that disconnection below.
Okay. Okay, thank you. All right. And then that way we can do,
Yeah, this will always stay recorded on the room.
okay.
And that'll be Zoom with them now.
All right. Thank you so much. Oh, yeah. Don't leave that. It is so much better, although it still gets hot in the courtroom, but at least we don't have the mold or mildew. So
I got you.
Yeah. thank you so much for coming down. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Yeah, I appreciate it. And everyone, just give me 2 minutes. This is Michael Rios.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Come forward. Oh, you can continue.
No, it's fine. And.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so on this case, we're doing a plea, is that correct?
Yes, Judge.
All right, is there a prosecutor available for the plea on Mr. Rios? Thank you. And I'll walk you through it. All right, we're gonna go on the record. Court is calling 2022 CR. I'm sorry, everyone, just one moment. All right, we're back on the record. The court is calling 2022 CR 11032, State of Texas versus Michael Rios. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Jerry Valdez Jr. from Mr. Rios.
And are you Mr. Rios?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor, ma'am.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Rios, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, it appears that you're proceeding on the indictment as presented. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Rios, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of theft under $2,500 enhanced? That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is 180 days, up to 2 years in the state jail facility, and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yeah, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
He is, Your Honor, and he was.
Mr. Rios, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
The court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea bargain agreement, The state is asking that your punishment be assessed at 90 days in the Bexar County Jail under 1244 of the Penal Code. There's a $1,500 fine. There are no applications. The state will take in consideration cause number 2022 CR 11031. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
That is the agreement. Your Honor.
State?
Yes, sir.
Showing you the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged in the indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
State any evidence to support the defendant's plea?
Yes, that state could admit what the market state one and attachment does.
No objections, Your Honor.
Mr. Rios, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it?
Yes,
And
Your
did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, sir.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor, we just ask the court to follow the agreement we have with the state.
All right, Mr. Rios, why do you continue to steal? This has got to stop.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, it is.
I mean, do you just steal because you like stealing?
No, it was a financial issue, but I'm gonna get back on the payroll.
Well, everybody has financial issues, but they don't resort to stealing. And sometimes you can understand if you're stealing food, but you're not. And because this is a theft enhanced case, this means this is the 3rd time you've been stealing. So you're gonna have to start making a decision in your life. How old are you?
35.
All right, you're getting close to being in the twilight of your life like I am, where you have more of your life behind you than in front of you. And you're gonna have to make a decision. Do you want to spend the rest of your life in and out of jails, maybe Bexar County Jail? Or maybe spend the rest of your life in prison?
No,
That's
Your Honor.
completely up to you. And in prison, I don't think there's a lot to steal. Okay? Do you have children?
No, Your Honor.
Well, that's a good thing, because you need to get your life together before you try to bring another human being onto the planet, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, the court will follow your agreement, sentence you to 90 days in the Bexar County Jail under 1244. You credit for any time served. There's a $1,500 fine. Time and money will run concurrent. Take in consideration 2022 CR 11031. Is this a judgment satisfied?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
Custody since September the 15th.
All right, the court will show that the judgment is satisfied. Going to show you what's entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. And if you have a drug or alcohol problem, there are plenty of places that are free for you to go. All right, good luck to you. State, can I get the dismissal?
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Deputy, before you take him back, here's his dismissal. Thank you. Yes, and thank you for coming with your bells on.
Thank you, Judge.
Let every defense attorney know that he was here at 9 with bells on, like you said he would be. Yes, because I was like, that's not the room. Thank you. No problem. Sure. Who's here on Omar Madison? All right, Mr. Madison, if you can come forward. Court is calling 2022 CR 1618, State of Texas versus Omar Madison. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Oscar Sweet.
for the defense?
John Robertson for Mr. Madison.
And are you Mr. Madison? Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Madison, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Judge, we're proceeding only on count 2. Waiving any count.
Any objection?
No objection.
Mr. Madison, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places? Did you understand in count 2, you're charged with the offense of injury to a disabled person, bodily injury as a 3rd-degree felony? The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand? Okay, I'm gonna need you to speak up so that the court reporter can hear. If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights? And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do.
Mr. Madison, has anyone threatened you, forced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, sir.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is proceeding on count 2. They're asking that your punishment be assessed at 2 years in the prison. There's a $1,000 fine. There are no applications, and there's to be no contact with Robert Cancillo, Cancillo. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes, sir.
State?
Yes.
Showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, ma'am.
Then to the offense as charged in the indictment and count 2, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? State any evidence to support the defendant's plea?
Yes, Judge. State officers in Market States Exhibit 1 and its attachment.
No objection.
Mr. Madison, I'm showing you what's entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes,
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same.
Which one little guy? He's got like 10 more.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Honor, Omar had a bad day that day. He wants to put this behind him and move forward. There's never any history of anything like that before, and I've gotten to know him a little bit. He's a good guy. And he just wants to get this going and serve his time and get it over with.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to 2 years in prison, give you credit for any time served. There's $1,000 fine, time and money to be concurrent. There's to be no contact with Robert Cancilio. And the defendant is not allowed employment as a home health care provider, or with minors. Is there anything else from either side with regards to sentencing? I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? Yes. All right, we can go off the record. So, Mr. Madison, here's the thing. Not everybody can be a doctor. Not everybody can be a healthcare provider or work with children, because those jobs requires a lot of patience. And it amazes me that people hire people to be home healthcare providers and work with children, and it's not something that that person ever meant to have as a career. I will tell you, when I was a defense attorney, everybody used to work at West Telemarketing, because that's where they were hiring everybody. And I think all the defense attorneys know, where's your client working? West Telemarketing. Then judges would say, no, I'm not allowing them to work at West Telemarketing anymore. I don't allow people to work as home healthcare providers, because to me, you really have to be called to do that, because when you're a home healthcare provider, somebody's vulnerable, they're sick, sometimes they need diapers changed, sometimes they act out, they have bad days because they have dementia, whatever it may be. That's just a profession you don't need to be in, okay? All right, good luck to you. Thank you. Who's here on John Casanova?
Your Honor, I am.
Yes.
We reached an agreement. I give a close order to the court for your review.
Okay. All right, state on Paez, is there a no contact order already in place? Is this a family case or something? It's a family case. If you could make sure that there's a no contact order in place.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Let me check the bond.
And then after that, the next person is Gabriel. Did we complete Gabriel Laura? Okay. Thanks. I keep grabbing the file. All right, Curry. Lamont Curry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, so, all
Oh, my apologies.
right, so what are we doing?
Judge, I talked to Mr. Porter, and my understanding is, and tell me if I'm wrong, Mr. Porter, the defendant is going to plea on 2 misdemeanor offenses in jail, so it's coming Friday. and the state refused dismissing this case out of this court on Friday. After that.
All right. The last time I've seen Mr. Curry, it appears that he's grown in height. Or has he always been this tall as?
He's standing straighter, Judge.
Oh, okay.
I'm so short.
And Mr. Freilich gets his up.
All right, so this is taking place Friday?
Friday, well, assuming that I'm just now speaking with him for the first time, Ms. Miller got back to me at 7 o'clock last night saying he's offered a judgment satisfied on both cases. So my understanding is that if he takes those on Friday, that'll resolve
And that's this Friday.
this Friday.
All right, so what we'll do, well, you know, there's no harm in Friday the 13th. You have to be worried about Saturday the 14th. That's a movie called Saturday the 14th. You can tell my childhood is from the 70s and 80s. So what we'll do then is we'll reset this for the 17th. But if everything is worked out on the 13th, then he won't have to be here.
Thank you.
All right, is there anything else?
Nothing further from the.
All right, thank you.
I'll just hand this back to you, Judge, from yesterday.
Mhm.
I believe it was yesterday. The one CM case on them,
Mhm.
it has a substantial amount. And we were looking, I just have the intake attorney looking for the reports and everything, because they want uploaded. But it's a case that possibly could get worked out if we bring them in. Do have the lab reports on this CM, and I don't know why it hasn't been indicted. Well, I know why, because I was in the big for a while. They haven't sent the reports. They're requested. I told the intake attorney to request the reports, get those. I imagine in the next couple of weeks, or less than that, really, they should have them. And then I told them to indict it, or I'll have the reports and I can probably work it out.
Okay, if you choose him, he already has an attorney, Sandoval.
Mhm.
If you'll ask them to put him on the docket when you all will have everything.
Okay.
And we'll just put him on the docket for hearing on the PR bonds.
Okay.
But it would be for specific.
Right, yeah. Okay, Judge.
All right, and your client is here?
Yes, he's right there in the box, Judge.
All right, and he's aware of, oh, he's in custody.
Yes.
All right, Miss. We're gonna get a reset form because he's set for the 24th and he may be released from custody. I want to make sure that he has noticed that his next court date is January 24th. So if you have Miss Ferguson do a reset form for that. Oh, Miss Property, did you all put the no contact order in here
It's already,
in the system?
yes.
Okay, thank
It
you.
was from the grand jury. Yeah, I verified this.
Okay, thank you. Yes, he's already set on the 24th. That's the file, but he's probably going to be released on bond. And I want him to have knowledge that he's supposed to be here on the 24th. Yes, that's what's already set. Well, no, I mean, the 24th is just the date that you had already given him. Yeah, I mean, that's what's in the file. And it's just a regular reset. It's not a trial date.
Approach on.
Yes, what are you approaching on?
It's Judge, it's something that's set for tomorrow. I just got hired on it. I brought the defendant, my client, into the court, but it's not set to tomorrow. Tomorrow I have other settings in other counties.
Mhm.
And I've conferred with the state, and there's a particular prosecutor who's assigned to this case who's not available at the moment.
No, because they were gonna be available tomorrow.
I think just, so I wanted to see if I could,
I need the file,
okay,
the court's file.
the courts.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, Judge.
Michael Campos, Jose Manarez, Jose Manjares, Jose Manjares, Christine Garcia, Christine Garcia, and Norma, if you could get Douglas Kapmeyer back here. If you could get Douglas Kapmeyer back here with his client.
You know, this number, it's the contact number.
It looks like she has a funny one for sure. She's on the third.
Yeah, bring it in. Go by, he's still there. Yeah, every problem.
You're welcome. Have a good one.
I didn't think about that.
We're looking at.
How did you do that? Yeah.
All right, so you're on Dustin Newkirk.
Okay, I just got retained on that case. My office is.
What, Newkirk?
Newkirk style.
Oh, Newkirk is yours. You're on Corbin.
Correct,
Swan?
correct, Judge. Yes, I did. My office just got hired, and we're e-filing our notice this morning.
All right, where is Corbin Patuan?
He's president of the.
Come forward, move with a purpose. It's 9:57. We started jury trial at 10. All right, so what's going on?
Judge, I just got hired on the case and he's got a setting for tomorrow.
Mhm.
And tomorrow I've got settings in other counties. I'm unavailable to be here for tomorrow. So I told my.
Which
client-
counties?
In Kendall County, Judge.
And where is Kendall County in relationship to Bear? How far?
It's like one county over.
All right,
Yeah.
so is Kendall County more important than Bear County?
No, Judge, it's just that I've got like 7 settings there.
And who's the judge there?
Kirsten Cahoon.
And is she more important than Judge Boyd?
No, Judge, no. That's why I'm here a day before.
She would say yes.
Thank you, Mr. Bach.
No, not at all. That's why I'm here the day before he's got court, because I was seeing if I was trying to get the reset previously, but I was.
All right, and who is the prosecutor who's going to be handling this?
Yes, the prosecutor, they're in another court with I don't know what's going on in that court in 144.
But which division is this?
196, which is the special crimes or something.
Okay.
They renamed them.
I'm telling you, criminal trial division, you all need to get a new name.
I agree with you.
You know, there's no law and order criminal trial division.
Rename them.
Yeah.
And it's all special and brand new, but it's Travis Rodriguez that would be associated with that case, Your Honor.
Okay.
And he just received it. I looked on the computer 2 days ago.
Okay.
So.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I get a regular reset for Corbin Potts? All right, how do you pronounce your last name?
Pascal.
Passois. All right, February 6th.
Your Honor.
All right, you're welcome. I'm putting here, this was at your request and you prefer Kendall County to Bear. I'm writing that in the file.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Get a reset form.
Your Honor.
Yes,
May I approach?
yes,
Can I get your signature?
yes. You're welcome. All right, let me see, Newkirk, please.
Judge.
Yes,
We approached about the.
yes,
They said him.
yes.
May I?
Third day in your court, yeah. I don't know how you handle this, but
Your Honor, my client didn't have a ride home yesterday. I took him home. We had a chance to talk to his wife, and he would like to entertain the original offer that the state had made. And the state said they would put it back on the table. Would you allow us to,
All right, what's the reason for the,
what is the,
I mean, what is the reason for him accepting this now?
he talked to, he has seven,
told me.
he has 7 kids, 2 wives. He wants to be home with his kids and
All right, let me.
two.
be on that side, okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am.
That's okay. Let me. All right, Justin Newkirk. We're gonna go on the record. Court is calling 2019 CR 13070, State of Texas versus Dustin Chapman Newkirk. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Oscar Salinas.
Defense? And are you Mr. Newkirk?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and,
Oh, sorry.
oh, sorry.
I added this one to today's docket. It's got a trial setting for Mr. New's case Tuesday.
Yeah.
So we resolved everything before, but I think there's a little more legwork I have to do on my part.
Okay, I need you to move over there. So are we proceeding with this motion or no?
No, I'm sorry, I didn't catch the first part, obviously, Judge, but are you asking for what?
A reset so I can pull up some more information on Camp Hope.
The state's not necessarily opposed to it, Judge. I believe, I just remember right, he was looking into some other facility. The state's not opposed to a reset, a small reset, just for him to get some more information on that.
All right, what do we mean, some facility?
It's a place called Camp Hope. It's for veterans with PTSD and other issues, substance abuse, and mental health issues.
And Judge, I spoke to probation, they're unfamiliar with it, they did have a website and everything, but no other information's ever been used by anybody that probation knows at this point.
Well, do they have a phone number?
They're out of Houston, I believe. So.
Do they have Zoom capabilities?
I don't know, Your Honor. I mean, the website looks to be in order.
All right, what's the name of it? Hope what?
Yeah, oh,
And we're not on the record. But thank you for putting everything on the record. That's okay. We have a new court reporter. So when you guys do, yeah, all of that's getting typed in.
yes, ma'am.
All right, PTSD Foundation tab. All right, so I'm assuming he's military or former military?
4 tours. I did 4 combat tours, 8 years in the Marine Corps.
All right, so is it an honorable discharge or dishonorable discharge?
2 honorable discharges. I re-enlisted in 2009 and EAS in 2013.
So why can't we proceed with the hearing? I don't know what's being requested. I don't know if revocation is being requested or what's being requested. I don't understand why we can't proceed with the hearing. See about Mick Myoff and also refer him potentially, depending on what the issues are, to Veterans Court. I don't know about, I pride myself, and I guess pride goeth before the fall, that's what they say. But I pride myself on knowing about all of the different treatments. And I haven't heard of this Camp Hope either. I don't know how long they've been around. Everybody is doing a 501c3. And I don't know how long they've been in existence. I mean, their website is beautiful. You start with a great website to pull people in.
And Judge, if I may, I just spoke with the defense counsel. We're okay to proceed today. We do have a somewhat of agreement with the new number 1, new UMB.
Okay.
We're going to ask for some certain things, but we would be taking that consideration with the plea true, and then it'd be going open to the court.
Okay.
Mr. Meter will remain open, and the defense counsel is aware of that is a family violence case that I'm unable to resolve.
Okay. And then, all right, we will proceed then. We're on the record. Court is calling 2019 CR 13070. I'm sorry, off the record for a moment. Did you all confer with probation to see if they're okay with this? Mr. Capmeyer, please don't fall. We're not covered for that.
Sure.
Well, the other court wasn't covered for mold and mildew. That's why we're in this one. So I know we're not covered for any falls.
Thank you, Judge.
Be careful.
I got VA coverage, thank God.
Yeah.
We have conferred with probation, and they will have some things that happen.
All right, thank you. So we're back on the record in 2019 CR 13070. Are you Dustin Chapman Newkirk?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
All right, I'm showing you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Dustin Chapman Newkirk who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2019 CR 13070 for the offense of possession of controlled substance penalty group 1 less than 1 gram on August 13, 2021 for a period of 3 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor, violated condition 1 on or about 24th day of November 2022 in Bear County, Texas. The defendant Dustin Chapman Newkirk.
Sir, I think I should just slow down just a little bit.
I apologize. Let me start over. I'll start from the defendant. Okay. Dustin Chapman Newkirk committed the offense of unauthorized use of vehicle in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
We'll waive the remaining violation conditions.
Any objection?
No, no.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number one, court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number one?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court will find violation of condition number one true. Is there an agreement?
No, there is not, Your Honor.
All right, is there an agreement on whether or not to revoke or not revoke?
No, that's open to the court, Your Honor.
All right, state, what are you requesting?
The state, in lieu of everything, Your Honor, the state does recommend revocations at this point. And we also are just asking that we will be taking into consideration the UUMD that the defendant pled true to at this point. And that is it from the state. Of
All right,
Probation may have some-
and probation, any input?
Your Honor. This report has the two new number one offenses, and he's also on felony probation out of Medina County for 2 other cases. He has not completed the mandated parenting courses, CATS 1 and 2, or outpatient treatment here with Carroll County. He has a balance on his account currently at $2,431. He's only paid $218 toward the overall assessment of $2,649. We would request revocation at this time.
All right, defense.
We're asking for an opportunity for him to complete his probation. He does have some mental health issues that need to be addressed. He's willing to go inpatient for a 6-month program, where he's inpatient for 6 months. Can I call my client as a witness?
Yes, could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand if you could state your name for the record.
Defendant Chapman Newkirk.
All right, defense.
What issues do you have with mental health or substance abuse?
Well, I have anxiety, hypervigilance, depression, with my PTSD. From my substance use, that's it.
And do you believe that inpatient treatment would be beneficial for you?
Yes, I do. I believe, I've been through that program before.
Been to Camp Hope before?
Yes, I went in 2017. That's what brought me here to Texas. I'm originally from Wyoming, but I went through their program and stayed the whole 6 months there. And I left about 2 or 3 weeks early, and
But if the court makes it a condition of your probation, you can get it successfully,
yes, I did.
Okay. What types of things, issues do they address?
They address everything. There's anger management. There's we all are required to have sponsors for AA and NA. We do meetings. We see professional licensed counselors twice a week. They have a video of it on YouTube of everything that they address during their whole program. It's combat veterans helping combat veterans out is what it is. They only accept veterans in their program.
Okay. Do you know if you would be accepted into that program?
I've already talked to the pastor there, and he said that there's a boat there for me.
Are you asking for the opportunity?
I'm begging for this opportunity.
And you prove to the court that you have probation successfully?
Yes,
Is there anything else you can do for it?
I just ask your honor that I've been living a life these past couple of years that doesn't honor my friends that had given the ultimate sacrifice when I was in Afghanistan. And I wanted to tattoo their names on me for quite a while, but I never thought that I was living the life that honored their sacrifice. And so I'm just asking for the opportunity to go to this program again and be able to tattoo their names on me, because I want to live a better life and I want to change the way I see everything. And also I don't want to lose my VA benefits. I did 8.5 years of my life in the Marine Corps infantry, not to come back and to lose them. For me, just screwing everything off.
How would you lose your benefits?
By being incarcerated for more than 60 days and becoming a felon. I would lose my benefits. And I need to take my probation a lot more serious than what I did. I see that now.
What is happening with the cases that are out of county?
They're still pending MTRs, and the unauthorized use is the allegation on the MTRs. I believe.
Yes, I didn't have the MTRs and for the unauthorized use. And then that's what gave me both my MTRs out in Medina County. I made all my check-ins and everything with my probation. My UAs, I was doing through the VA. And
Well, no. Wait, I mean,
Yes, ma'am.
just listen to my questions.
Yes, ma'am.
So we don't know what's going to happen with the out of county cases. Are they coming to pick him up?
I believe he wants to bond out on those.
I was gonna bond out and go to Camp Hope, but I had talked to her, my lawyer, there, Zoe Ramos, and she said that.
Time out.
Yes, ma'am.
Your attorney probably does not want you mentioning discussions you've had because those are supposed to be confidential.
Yes, ma'am.
But once you talk about them, then it's no longer confidential
Yes,
and
ma'am.
there's no attorney-client privilege.
Yes, ma'am.
So. Well, if I put a hold on you to go to Myout or a Camp Hope, what will end up happening is nobody's going to accept you until the matters from that other county is taken care of. But we will try it and see what happens.
I was gonna bond out, ma'am.
So where is Camp Hope?
Houston, Texas, right by the racetrack. The horse racetrack, that I don't know, is Darrington Avenue, I know that.
Okay. All right, this is what the court is going to do. Court will deny the motion. You take this as your opportunity, your chance to get your life together. If you do not, you can't say that the court didn't give you a chance. You can't say that your attorney wasn't a great attorney to get you this chance. You can't say that the state was unfair.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'll deny the motion, alternate amend conditions to include Camp Hope. And you are not to leave Camp Hope without the court's permission.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're gonna have to sign a release so Camp Hope can give probation those updates.
Yes, ma'am.
And Vashawn, if they're doing it, we're gonna do the checkup apps for him as well.
Yeah.
If they do that,
We
yes.
don't have phones there the whole time. We're not allowed phones at all.
Wow, other than,
Well, every
Across from the
Saturday, we
racetrack.
can make a phone call from the office, but we're not allowed to have phones because it takes away from us being able to focus on ourselves. But every Saturday, or if the judge or the court says that we need to check in, we can.
all right, well, we'll do GPS. We'll do GPS. And GPS is allowed outside of San Antonio if I order it outside from San Antonio. So GPS costs more. So if Camp Hope wants to figure out a way for you to have your phone there, if we can do checkups, then we'll do that.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there any need for an extension?
He expires in 2024. Program, so he'll be okay.
All right. All right, we'll do that. And you know what? We'll see if we'll do a referral for Veterans Court and see what they say. And I know Veterans Court won't even consider you until you're out of custody. So we'll do a referral to Veterans Treatment Court. All right, is there anything else?
Your Honor, just to confirm, do you want him to do the referral to Veterans Court before Camp Hope or?
No, we'll do Camp Hope first, and then he can do the referral to Veterans Treatment Court, because Veterans Treatment Court, they have so many rules. They say they're not accepting you if you're at the Bexar County Jail or in custody.
And are we looking for a transfer, or is he allowed to report via Zoom or?
He can report by Zoom. And it's not necessarily a transfer. He's not going to be allowed to, once he completes Camp Hope, he's not staying in Houston unless, yes, you'll come back here unless you find housing there and you wish to live there. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, is there anything else?
Okay.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing, from here on out, everything that you do, you need to ask yourself, is this something that can result in me going to the state jail facility for 2 years?
Yes, ma'am.
And if you lose your benefits, then that will be your fault.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
understand?
I do.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I always see it slipping. I don't realize your hand is taking it. Matthew Rodriguez.
Oh.
All right, Mr. Bont, hello. Oh, Mr. Bont, everything is slipped here, so you're on this side. All right, are you all ready to proceed with the motion to revoke?
No.
All right, what is happening with this case?
Your Honor, I can speak, the family violence case just. He was just arrested, I believe, December 13th of 2022.
Mhm.
For the aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. We do not have the discovery on that case yet. I can't speak too much about the other MTR.
I'm told you're kind of the NPR also.
Okay, well, then I am not ready to.
All right, so when do you anticipate having that information?
I looked, it looks like a lot of it's been uploaded from SAP. There's a couple reports in there, so, a couple weeks.
All right, and Mr. Bont, are you representing him on that new case?
Yes, I'm appointed on all of his cases.
All right, so this is what we'll do. I'll give you all a 30-day reset. If you have everything and you all want to proceed before that 30-day time period, then all you have to do is approach the court coordinator and we'll put it on the docket.
Yes, Judge.
All right, Ms. Fergus, can I have a 30-day reset on Mr. Rodriguez for discovery? All right, let me look on the system. All right, put this for February 15th.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you're welcome. Yes,
Yeah, approach.
yes.
Mr. Mercado,
Mhm.
state, still had some outstanding discovery on a pending case that's at large. They would like another reset so I can get an offer.
All right, Mr. Mercado, come forward.
Also, since we're maybe taking the case to trial, I'm not sure. I need time to review evidence with my client as well.
All right, so what is the discovery issue?
He has an at-large harassment case that occurred just a few days after this incident with the same victim, and their statements. I think it ties into this case a little bit, so I think I need to provide that to Mr. Catmeyer.
Okay. All right, we'll come back on the 15th.
Your Honor, may I say something?
Your attorney may not want you to, but if you still wish to, you may.
May I put a motion for another lawyer?
You can put a motion in to go out and hire an attorney.
That's fine.
All right,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Thank you, Judge. Maybe excuse.
Yes,
You said February 15th?
February 15th.
I'll go ahead, sir. I'll go ahead and. Well, that's done.
Here you are. All right, and then and who is this in the box? What is your name?
Martina, I'm doing.
All right, who's this attorney? Robert who? I think, didn't we already take care of his case? All right. Could I see the file on Jesus Martinez Cantu? Yes.
On the 15th, I'm supposed to be presiding my trial presence.
All right, we'll see what happens.
If I could, I'll just let my staff know that you know, yes, what's going on. Thank you, ma'am.
Sure.
That was on the 15th, when we go to trial, she just said to notify her of the court.
No. No, he's not done.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, No, I think Robert forgot about. Well, can you call him family volunteers here?
Yeah, he was here.
Good. Eight. I've not.
Um. Mr. Salinas, I just sent an email to you. It's a case that we're done, and I think that there may be some open cases that we're supposed to be taking care of. I'm not sure. So I've emailed you the updated letter I've received.
Oh, to my county email.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, did I have my laptop with you guys?
No problem.
Okay. I just gave this to you, so fine. We can use this product.
Yeah.
All right, I can do so. I had to. Good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what do you got?
I'll be right back, Judge. I'm gonna check my email from my office.
All right, and I think if Carolina says she's probably printed it out for you.
Oh, the email?
Yes.
That makes it so much easier when we're down. Okay. I've been close those cases out.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry. It's like. That's what's said. One, I know. So it's like, yeah, I imagine it's gonna set like, when you walk up, you won't have to be right here. Oh, yes, thank you. That's why it's. But the only problem. I think that's what it's like. And I was worried about like. Hair stuff. Like earrings or something. You could see it. That was atypical.
We'll need to reach out.
I like. That's why I like this one. But it doesn't look like.
And
It almost looks really bad. I do like that. You like the front?
Yeah, actually.
So we shelves, something that they're. What was that?
I haven't gotten.
Those are gonna be-
I don't think.
Great.
we send it to
But I like three. I don't know who they are. If it's small. Yeah, I think it's.
still need to reach out to him to say for.
Yeah.
He's too fancy. Right now.
I like.
I'm just saying, next time.
Oh, hey, Michael.
What's
up?
Is that my copy? Yes. Or. I'm gonna give that to the judge for them.
Yeah.
He heard me. Michael. What's up?
Hey, what's up? I'm good. Oh, I didn't close out those. Oh. Glad they caught it. Yeah. I do like that.
Yeah.
Your husband. I don't want to end up on.
That's why I want you to go.
Oh, sorry about that. Yes, here. And can you let Norma know we need an interpreter for Robert Mauer's client?
Thank you, Judge. You read my mind.
Thank you.
I was in the.
Is it an indicted case?
I believe so.
All right, I need the court's file.
Okay, hold up, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
CBS records. This is very similar to Alice.
No, this is the one. No problem.
I emailed. I thought it was pretty cool.
You haven't gotten any. Is it all, that will be.
Oh, you can step back.
Oh.
What are you asking for?
Oh, two separate motions. Sure.
All right, could everyone please lower your voices? Have you conferred with the state?
I have on this one. It's the motion to allow her to leave Bear County for work purposes.
Mhm.
And it's attached by one for that, a letter from her work.
State? Who did you confer with?
Michael?
I did, Judge,
All right.
and I believe I signed these orders.
Okay, and then what else?
This one's not agreed to, judge, or confers with the state. She has a son that's terminally ill. Who's part of the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and part of that wish is to send the son, the defendant and her husband, who's the plaintiff witness, to Disney World in Florida for a week. They're gonna spend time as a family before the son
Okay,
passes
and
away,
when is this going to happen?
23rd, 29th of this month.
So not next week, the week after.
All right, and where is your client?
She's not present to the judge.
All
I
right,
told them that I need to reach out to the victim. And specifically talk, they provided an affidavit, but I need to get my due diligence from my end.
Mhm.
And so I told them we would have this, we would confer with them before the 23rd and give an answer of whether we can agree or not agree. But at this point, since we have no, not contacted specifically, we can honestly.
all right, and so how long would it take you to get in touch with them?
So I'll have Marina reach out this week. We can get it set next week. You know, we can have an answer by it, but I'm not gonna have an answer today. I'm not gonna get it tomorrow, certainly.
Okay.
Because we have to schedule this week with witnessing.
Yes. All right, do you think you'll know, when do you anticipate maybe you will know?
If we had it by Wednesday of this week, I think we would. It would be fine.
Will that give her enough time to,
That should give her plenty of time, Judge. And you might have to check my schedule on Wednesday afternoon.
sure.
Michael. Yeah, are you talking about with the hearing or just check back?
Check back in. I mean,
Got it.
if we can agree, then it doesn't need to be hearing. If we're not gonna agree, we're gonna say we don't agree, then we can do what we need to do.
All right, so we'll put this then for Wednesday, the 18th.
Sounds good, Judge. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, and just have your client here.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, if you'll let Ms. Ferguson know so she can put that on the docket.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. All right, Brian Booker.
Parker.
Parker. It's one of those days. It's a Monday on a Wednesday, but it's a Monday, but still it's a great day. All right. Court is calling 2022 CR 6496, State of Texas versus Brian Parker. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
defense?
And Eric DeWalton, I represent Mr. Parker, Your Honor.
And are you Mr. Parker?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we are in a middle of a jury trial. Jury has been selected but not sworn in yet. So, Mr. Parker, you are aware that you have a right to a jury trial.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you wish to continue to proceed with the jury trial, or do you wish to enter a plea?
Yes, ma'am.
And have you had an opportunity to discuss entering a plea with your attorney as opposed to proceeding with the jury trial?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgements. You received all the discovery and reviewed it with your client.
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Parker, I'm showing you what's entitled application for deferred adjudication or community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Next, I'm showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Your Honor.
Mr. Parker, I'm showing you what's entitled court admonishments and defendants waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with felony in possession of a firearm? That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you're giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
And the court will again state for the record, a jury has been selected. Are you asking the court to allow you to enter this plea and not proceed with the jury trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Very much so.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Parker, has anyone threatened, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement,
No, ma'am.
which there is no plea bargain agreement? You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
You are pleading open to the court. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
So do you understand that the court will make a decision on whether or not to grant your application and also whether or not to send you to prison? Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
And knowing that, do you still wish to proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
And counsel, the only motions that the court is aware of is the motion in limine. Were there any other motions beyond that?
I had tendered pretrial motions, but you didn't rule on them. We're fine, Your Honor. We're ready to proceed.
Outside your agreement or the request, because there is no agreement, the request from the state is that your supervision be for a term of 2 years, there'd be a TAP evaluation and 200 hours of community service restitution. Again, did you understand that this is a plea that's open to the court? Those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to consider those recommendations. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Yes,
Yeah, just for the record, the recommendation was for 2 years deferred adjudication. That was our recommendation.
okay.
And a fine.
Again, we were gonna probate the fine, Your Honor.
All right. But again,
It's
you
okay.
understand that those are recommendations from the state, but you are pleading open to the court, so the court does not have to follow or consider any of those recommendations. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, again, the court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Then to the offense is charged in the indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, ma'am.
State any evidence to support the defendant's plea.
Judge, state offers states exhibit 1 in all attachments.
Your Honor, we've had an opportunity to go over that in its entirety. No objections to its amendments.
Mr. Parker, I'm showing you what's entitled wavering consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places? Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent? Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand? Again, you understand that a jury has been selected in this case, and the state, if you were proceeding with jury trial, the state would have to present witnesses in order to prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt. Did you understand? And did you understand today, the state will not be presenting any witnesses. The state will be presenting their evidence in the form of judgments, police reports, and witnesses' statements, but there will be no live testimony. Did you understand? Court will find the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. With regards to his application for deferred adjudication, the court will hear argument. State,
Your Honor, we're recommending deferred adjudication. Due to the nature of the case, it is one where we felt that it was appropriate here.
defense.
If I may, Your Honor, I got to know Mr. Parker through this period getting ready for trial. He is a convicted felon. He pled during the pandemic year when he was in custody for a 1244 and understands that he's not supposed to be around weapons or anything like that. When we chose to go forward, he heard that you took off the plea deadline. And so we understand that we are pleading open to the court. In getting to know Mr. Parker, his outward demeanor is very quiet and stoic, but once I got to know him, he's intelligent, he's caring, and he's a hard worker, but he has 7 children. We got a good chance to talk last night. He went and talked to his family, and he understands that deferred adjudication isn't an option going to a jury. It's either guilty or not guilty. And he weighed all his options. That's why he's coming today asking me or asking the court to possibly consider deferred adjudication. I believe this is a changing point in his life. I know the state recommended to waive the fine, which helps my client tremendously. But I believe he will be successful on your deferred adjudication, and he's seen the justice system work in a different way, seeing the jury and coming this far. I know he's asking for a chance at deferred adjudication. I'm asking that you follow the state's quasi recommendation and please grant him deferred adjudication.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Do.
You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Brian Parker.
All right. Are you employed?
No, not right now, man.
So how are you supporting 7 children?
I go to honor and staffing. I do that like frequently. Whenever they have a job opening. So I recently was working at True Blue Granite and Stone, but I had to quit because I had to start watching my kids.
Children, kids are baby goats.
You know?
Kids are baby goats. So you're watching your children.
Right.
How old are your children?
My oldest is 14. I've been taking care of him since he was 2.
But no, I want the ages of all your children.
My biological ones,
All right, how many biological children do you
I
have?
got 6 biologicals, and I've been taking care of.
What are their ages? The
Uh,
6.
8, 6, and my boy 5, 4, 3, and 2.
And the other child that you say is not your biological child?
He's 14.
Now, so you have a 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 4-year-old, 5-year-old, 6-year-old, and 8-year-old. What are their dates of birth?
One is
Well,
December
let's start with the
2nd.
8-year-old. What's the date of birth?
Her name's Anna. She's December 2nd, 2014.
6-year-old,
Zalea Harris, December 19th, 2016.
5-year-old,
Anthony, he was born October 20th, 2015. I mean,
you're doing a question with me. I wasn't there.
I don't know the years that they was born. I can tell you all their
Oh, my mind.
birthdays and
Well, they need that. Let me just give you a hint. Moms are tired of being in charge of keeping birth certificates.
Mhm.
Moms have to keep the birth certificates. Mom keeps the social security cards. Dads need to start knowing that. So you need to know everybody. So the 4-year-old, what's the date of birth?
this month, October the 4th,
3-year-old,
October the 4th. I mean, no, his is February 22nd, and then I got the 2-year-old October 4th. They both by the same mama. They end up having the same birthday.
all right.
They 2 years
So you
apart.
have, so that's the same mother.
Oh, yeah, yes, ma'am.
How many mothers are with these children?
I only have two.
Okay, well, that's a good thing. And the 14-year-old, what's the date of birth?
His is February 5th. I don't know, I'm not his real father, but I've been there since he was like 2.
Well, see, I hate when people say they're not somebody's real father.
But I'm really.
You're the stepfather, or
No, I'm.
you're
really-
just somebody passing
No,
through.
I'm his real father, but I ain't mean like, bloodline, no. But I've been there since day 1.
All right, you're gonna have to get a job. You have to support children.
Yes, ma'am.
As I tell everyone, children, you cannot put them at Travis Park and say, you've been created, go forth and live.
Yes, ma'am.
And children need more than love. I know people say, I love my children, I give them love. This is not Little House on the Prairie where somebody's working, bringing in the crops. You've got to financially support them. So it takes love, it takes financial support, and all of the children are going to need help with schoolwork. How far did you go in school?
Oh, I got my GED at like 16.
And what are you planning on doing with the rest of your life to better yourself?
I honestly just see my life as just raising my kids, making sure they don't go through what I went through.
Well, I mean, it's more than raising your children because kids are baby goats.
Mhm.
So, no, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I'm trying to figure out where you planning on going with your life, because a minimum wage job, it's going to be very difficult, even if the mothers are helping you and you all are pooling your money. A middle-aged job for 7 children is really not a lot. And then if your children decide to go to college, I think everybody here can tell you, depending on what they want to do when they go to college, every one of these children is at a minimum of $100,000. So 7 children, if they all decide to go to college, that's $700,000.
Yes, ma'am. I was trying to start a trade at SCI, but I had stopped there too. I was trying to get a trade for HVAC, but I stopped there too. I was just started watching the kids.
Kids are baby goats.
Baby goats.
That's the definition of a kid. It's a baby goat.
Oh, children.
Yes. All right, anything else?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, when you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be? And you are going to get drug tested today.
Marijuana.
And what else?
That's it.
All right. You're not allowed to use marijuana on probation. You're not allowed to drink alcohol while on probation. Do you understand?
That's wrong.
And marijuana is not something that you should be using, period, when you have children, because you're trying to set an example for them.
That's wrong.
And I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if you say, well, I only smoke marijuana outside the household. Guess what? Your clothes smell like marijuana. And then children go to school smelling like marijuana. And then when children go to school smelling like marijuana, guess what? All the other children know what marijuana smells like and they tease them. Ha ha, your dad used marijuana. Ha ha, your dad doesn't have a job. Because children can be cruel. And sometimes people say children are really, really cruel. They just don't have a filter. So they just come at it 100% honesty. And sometimes that's true, but then sometimes children have been raised a certain way and they are cruel. So don't let that be a hindrance from your children, something that you've been doing that's impacting their life in a negative way. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. There's a $1,500 fine. And who's taking care of the 7 children right now?
Their mothers, right now. Like, what do you mean?
I mean, where are they?
Like today, right now?
Yes, because they're not in the
School.
courtroom.
Everybody in school.
Well, not the 2-year-old
The 2-year-old go to daycare.
and the 3-year-old.
He the only one that ain't in school.
So who's taking care of him?
His mama.
All right. So basically, you're going to get a job.
That's fine. I always get a job.
Well, you say that, but you don't have a job right now.
It's because
Yes.
yes, ma'am.
All right. You're getting a job. You're getting employment. You're an adult male. I will tell you, in my household, and I say my household, but when I was growing up, you know what the rules were in the household? You're either going to school or you're getting a full-time job. The end. There was none of this. Oh, I have these children. I'm taking care of them because I can't find a job. No. And I think all sexes are equal, but at the same time, there's just something odd about a man not getting a job to support 7 children and the mothers getting jobs to support 7 children. It takes a team effort. And I think people here who are parents will tell you it takes a team effort to raise children. And part of that team effort is everybody bringing money into the household. All right, there's going to be proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. I'm going to want field visits 2 times per month until further notice. I'm going to want UAs. We're going to test for levels. And we're going to do the UA hotline until further notice. Those levels had better start going down. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
I want him evaluated for gang supervision. 4 years deferred adjudication. We're going to do a TAP evaluation. If the TAP evaluation comes back with inpatient treatment or intensive outpatient treatment, we're going to start off with outpatient treatment with probation. I'm going to want 200 hours of community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if you get the COVID vaccination with the booster. The court is not requiring you to do that, but if you do, 40 of those hours will be waived. I'm going to want parenting classes with triple P. Once you complete those parenting classes, the remaining hours will be waived, but you must complete parenting classes. Do you understand? There should be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Probation, if you wish to count the field visits as reporting, you may do that. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Once a week. Is there anything else? All right, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful? Now's your time to say, Judge, I really need this. This would really help me.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes.
Is there any way, I understand you put in a $1,500 fine, any way to hold it in abeyance to get him started on the right track?
Oh, I probated it.
Oh, thank you, Judge.
Sure. All right, is there anything else you need from the court? Are you sure? Now's the time to ask. All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it? Because you pled open to the court, but you waived your right to appeal. You do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? And can I see that for one moment, Mr. DeWalt? I just need to correct this part. Because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? And now you know, even though it's a 1244, you are not allowed to possess any weapons or ammunition because a 1244 conviction under certain circumstances is a felony conviction. You understand? And from here on out, everything that you do, you need to be asking yourself, is this a choice that could potentially result in me going to prison for 10 years? Do you understand? If there's a confusion, you think, maybe it will, maybe it won't, don't do it. If your answer is like, yes, if I get caught, this is what's going to happen, then don't do it. Because otherwise you have the potential for going to prison for 10 years, in which case your 2-year-old will be 12, potentially by the time you come out. And I think the last thing you would want is for your children to be visiting you at the Bexar County Jail or at some prison. You understand? All right. All right, probation will go over conditions with you.
Should we be excused, Your Honor?
Yes,
Thank you very much.
you're welcome. Sorry, I put it in the wrong file. All right, who's here on Jesus Martinez Cantu?
That would be me.
It's always nice to see you. Thank you for your patience. All right. We're not on the record. So what is happening with this case?
Judge, we had reset the case. Michael, I think I was able to obtain the CPS records. That's why we had been reset. But we're still awaiting, I think, the child safe videos. And I think the state's also trying to obtain some cell phone dump or cell phone dump on this case as well.
I emailed back in October.
Mhm.
And the 2 responsive things that I've gotten back from CPS records, and I have an order for the court, for the protective orders, I can give a copy of this from Howard. And 911 reportings, which there were none, but at least I know now that there are none.
Okay.
We keep that in the court file.
Oh, thank you.
Then I followed up today again. When I emailed originally, it's an email that goes to all the sergeants, and I emailed directly to the detective who signed the case. I have not received a response. I emailed again today, asking for an update, but I don't have to say that.
All right, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to give you all a reset. And if there's not a response before this reset date that I'm going to give you, we need to have a hearing and people need to be subpoenaed. All right.
Well,
so-
Judge, I'd ask the court order of the state to subpoena the officers.
Oh, no, that will happen. That's why I'm letting everybody know. All right, how much time will you need?
We could have 45 days to get to the cell extraction. That's what I'm most concerned about is, has that already started? And are we in the process of breaking into a phone?
All right, I usually don't give 45-day resets, but I know with the cell phone extraction, it does take some time. Do you have any objection to that?
Judge, my client has an immigration hold, so I mean, ordinarily I'd ask for a bond, but it's going to be pointless. So I'd rather make sure we get the correct information. So I have no objection.
All right, Ms. Fergus, can I have a 45-day reset on Martinez Cantu? All right, so we're going to do March 2nd. And on that date, if the child safe isn't turned over, if the cell phone, there's no response, then we'll need to have a hearing and officers will need to be subpoenaed for that day.
Yes, sir. And just for my identification, if I have an update, we have it, it's gonna take a little bit longer to get into it. I don't need, officers to relay that.
No.
information.
No.
I will have an answer for the court in this round.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
And I'm set with y'all tomorrow, so I'll pick up the CPS records tomorrow when I come back.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Is there, what is the status on the immigration attorney? Has he had contact with the
I'm
immigration?
not sure if they've come to talk to him yet. He's not here legally, so
All right.
I think it's relatively new. point.
All right, I have in the notes that his immigration attorney is Teresa Kozlowski. So, Mr. Cantu, I want you to understand that her representation for you is just your immigration as it relates to this criminal case. She is not your immigration attorney to handle your presence in the country. Do you understand? Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. I don't think that's Spanish. What's the Spanish word for okay? In French is d'accord. Is it Donata?
Fine, está bien.
Está bien. Oh, that one, I know that one too. I'm learning. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes.
All right, I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
May I be excused?
Yes. Always nice seeing you. Have a good one. All right. Do we have any other cases? All right. So we are, oh, you're okay? All right. So we're done for the day. So we will not continue with the jury trial and I'll go speak to the jurors.